Today is January 23rd. I'm your host, Francesca Warren, and this is the education news that you need to know. Now, guys, we have two stories today, and the first story is really warmed my heart because you guys know I love a good book. We need books. So the We Need Diverse Books has announced a new network that will donate books by authors who've been banned and select author ambassadors for school districts facing school bans. These bans, mainly happening in Texas and Florida, are going to start with 20 under-resourced schools. And, you know, the CEO, Donnell Clayton, has said we're not only facing a literacy crisis in the United States, we're also battling increased rates of censorship, which is infringing on our students' right to read. So super excited about that. Want to know how that's going to go. Also, Congress is doing their job. So Congress has fought back against the bans that President Trump had introduced for the Department of Education. This week, congressional lawmakers released their fiscal 2026 education budget proposal, and basically it rejected all of Trump's administrations to dramatically decrease funding for the Department of Education. This is a bipartisan group. They allocated about $79 billion in discretionary funding to the Department of Education, which is up slightly from the 25 fiscal year, which was $78.7 billion. This bipartisan support would keep funding levels for a suite of student support and educational access programs. Let's talk about these programs. We know back in March, Trump told Linda McMahon, the CEO giant, who is now the Department of Education secretary, to slash the department, even though only Congress can eliminate the department. They sought to decrease the Pell Grant by 23% to $5,710. But lawmakers are looking to maintain the maximum Pell Grant award at $7,395 for the 26-27. He also fought to defund TRIO, federal supplemental educational opportunity grants, and Gear Up. TRIO targets students from middle school to high school who are from disadvantaged backgrounds, and they will now receive $1.2 billion under this proposal. The FSEOG, which assists undergraduates who demonstrate strong financial need, will receive $910 million. And Gear Up, which helps low-income students prepare for post-secondary education, will get $388 million. Each program's allocation is on par for what they received in 2025. It would also maintain federal work study, which provides part-time jobs, and Trump wanted to slash that. And the education department's $140 million proposal, civil rights funding, would be maintained. Remember, this is Trump's goal is to defund the Department of Education, and these lawmakers are not having it. And this is music to my ears because Congress's job is to appropriate funds, and I'm glad that they are standing tall and saying, not only will we not allow these programs to go, but we are going to either increase or maintain their 2025 funding. So lawmakers have until January 30th to pass the remaining appropriation bills for the fiscal year that began October 1st, or they will face a partial government shutdown. Remember, Congress approved a stopgap funding in November to end the last government shutdown, which was the longest in U.S. history.